Hello everyone, this is Suzanne at God Crochet and Chatter. No, I'm not going swimming. This is not my little life preserver. My neck has been in extreme pain. It's been getting progressively worse. As you know, I suffer like you with chronic pain. And last night I had a real bad episode with my neck. I couldn't even turn it. It hurt so bad. So next few days, I'm going to be icing it down, then heat, using my biofreeze, trying to let it rest as much as I can over the next few days. And if that doesn't improve it, then I will have to go to my doctor and find out what's going on. So hopefully, just rest, ice, and heat will do the trick. It's hard to do sometimes to relax when we're in so much pain. We know that things have to get done around the house and we feel guilty not getting it done. Well, sometimes we just need to rest our body and cut back enough to where we don't continually aggravate the pain. That's especially hard for me because I don't want to stop. I want to keep going. So I'm working just enough on my blanket until my neck starts hurting, and then I have to put it aside, maybe 15-20 minutes at a time. It seems like when I look down, it automatically sets off the pain. So anyway, that's why I'm wearing this for the next couple of days. But I did find a great devotional for today. This is from Bible Love Notes. I have posted the link in the drop-down box below for you to subscribe if you would like to this lady's newsletter. She puts out some great 1-minute devotionals, and like I said before, there's a lot of power packed into a few words sometimes. Let's get to our devotional for today. Now, I know we've all heard the word progressives, agnostic, and many other long words, and it's kind of like, I don't even know what they mean. And then when you find out what they mean, you go, well, why didn't they just say that, And I think it's harder for the baby boomer generation because the baby boomers, they're like this, on top of everything. Well, a lot of the new agers that all falls in with this progressive, the LBQ group, they all kind of fall into the do what you feel good and everybody's okay. They're going to get to heaven. And it's a dangerous teaching, to say the least. So let's read the Bible Love Note and then we'll discuss it a little bit. When I get to heaven, I want to give Jeremiah a hug or a high five or whatever you do in heaven to thank someone for their witness. The people of God were compromised and rebellious. Jeremiah spoke the strong warnings and rebukes God told him to speak. The other prophets of the day thought he was negative, legalistic, unloving, and harsh. They claimed to speak for God, but they spoke soft words of approval and comfort. This sounds very much like today when those preaching God's word are ridiculed as unloving by the false teachers in the progressive Christian movement. Jeremiah 28:9 is a passage that makes me want to cry and cheer at the same time. I am ridiculed all day long. Everyone mocks me. Whenever I speak, I cry out proclaiming violence and destruction. So the word of the Lord has brought me insult and reproach all day long. But if I say, I will not mention his word or speak any in his name, his word is in my heart like a fire shut up in my bones. I am weary of holding it in. Indeed, I cannot. I pray that I will have the same passion as Jeremiah. I pray that I will never be ashamed of God's word, no matter how much persecution and rejection it brings me. Jeremiah is such a cool guy, and God uses him to teach us good lessons about facing difficult times. And when we're living in a society where everyone is doing right in their own eyes and they're preaching this feel-good religion like Oprah Winfrey, Steve Harvey. Like, there's many paths to God, and we're all just traveling different paths, but in the end, we're all going to get to the destination, the same destination, which is not true according to the scriptures. And when we try to point some of these things out, they'll say that we're not with it, that that's old school thinking. We need to get with it, get with the new progressive. You know, everything's progressive every day. And Jehovah's Witnesses is another one. You know, in fact, they have their own Bible. The Mormons have their own Bible. And we know that God has said, if you add or take away from my word, you are in danger. We cannot add or subtract from God's word, or we will end up in hell. And a lot of people don't want to hear about hell preaching anymore. They want what's going to make me feel good. And, you know, if I want to go with another woman, or if I want, or a man, he wants to go with another man. If I want to, you know, commit adultery on my husband, it's okay. There's a lot of Hollywood stars that believe this. In fact, I was listening to a YouTube video on Will Smith and his wife Jada were talking, and she evidently had had an affair on her husband, and she opened up to him and was saying, he said, well, why did you feel that you needed to do this? And she said, oh, I just felt that I was missing something, that I needed something more. So evidently her marriage, well, they're not even married. Her marriage or not marriage is incomplete. And the man that she loves, that she has to seek comfort in another man's arms. Scary stuff these days. But let's be like Jeremiah, where we have such a fire in us that we cannot keep silent and that we have to speak out against this nonsense that's going around. All right, everyone, that's it for the Bible Minute for today. Like I say, check out her newsletter. I think, you know, it's quick to get on, read it, and it really just brings up all kind of imagery, and you can kind of think about it more deeply. Exactly, okay, what is being said here? And I did post a link about progressive Christianity and the dangers of it. It's a very good video. It's about an hour long, so, you know, you can grab a cup of tea and watch it in segments or watch it in one setting. I think we need to be aware of the things that are going around, so how we can respond to people when we're bringing the gospel message to them. All right, everyone, I love you so much. You have a blessed day. Lord willing, tomorrow I'll be back on God, Crochet, and Chatter. Bye, everyone.